third account comes from James, a wildlife photographer who specializes in capturing images of predators in their natural habitat. In 2019, he was working in a national forest in Montana, hoping to photograph wolves that had recently been reintroduced to the area. James had set up a blind near a known wolf territory and spent 3 days patiently waiting for the perfect shot. On the fourth night, he decided to sleep in his blind rather than return to his campsite, hoping to catch the pack at dawn. Around midnight, he was awakened by the distant sound of howling not unusual in wolf country. But these howls were different. They had a rhythmic quality that seemed almost deliberate, and they were gradually getting closer. James prepared his camera, excited at the prospect of capturing the wolves. The howls continued approaching until they surrounded his position. Through the small viewing windows of his blind, James could see shadowy forms moving between the trees about 50 yards away. Using his infrared camera scope, he zoomed in on one of the figures and froze. What he saw didn't make sense. It appeared to be walking on 2 legs. Assuming his eyes were playing tricks on him, James switched to his regular camera with night vision capability. Through this lens, he clearly saw what appeared to be a person on all fours, moving with unnatural fluidity through the underbrush. It paused, raised its head, and howled, a perfect imitation of a wolf's call. Several similar figures moved around it, all mimicking wolf movements but with distinctly human-like proportions. James remained perfectly still, barely breathing. As the group he counted 7 in total circled his blind for nearly an hour. They never approached closer than about 40 yards but seemed acutely aware of his presence. Eventually they retreated into the forest, their howls fading with distance. At first light, James examined the area where he had seen the figures. He found neither footprints nor wolf tracks, but discovered something equally disturbing: several trees with deep claw marks at a height of nearly 7 feet from the ground. The bark had been freshly stripped, and the marks were unlike anything he'd seen from bears or other known predators. James reported his experience to forest rangers, who suggested he might have encountered a group of wildlife enthusiasts engaged in some kind of primitive ritual or wolf-calling practice. The explanation felt inadequate, but James had no alternative theory that made sense within his understanding of reality. He completed his assignment but never returned to that particular area, despite capturing some of the most compelling wolf photographs of his career during subsequent days.